Alright, functional athleticism training exercise here, really key for basketball. Check out the Hobbit feet. It's like 50 some degrees out and I'm working. But pick up via squat, you can pick up via deadlift also. But this is working on cutting, changing your direction, and working on cutting, I mean, this is super useful for basketball. Obviously, your ability to change direction is incredibly important. So I want to make it harder than it would be in a game. I'm doing it barefoot, which forces me to have good mechanics, forces me to use my whole foot and my toes, and I'm doing it with 60 pounds extra weight, which makes it very difficult to cut because a cut is a consecutive step. I'm also doing it backwards, cutting while doing lateral slides, going backwards as well. Makes it very difficult, basically. And you want to take any kind of functional movement you do in a game and make it more difficult. The cutting motion itself is obviously useful just for faking the defender, really, off the dribble or with the dribble or off the dribble. With or without the dribble, it doesn't make too much of a difference. It's just a really functional move. Front squatting these guys down to the floor. Squat's the way to lower the center of gravity. But if you don't have good cutting mechanics, it could be pretty bad because when you cut, obviously you're putting a lot of force onto one foot. There's a dead lifted up. Interesting. I'm checking for my knees to go inwards. Oh, okay. Cutting is a big opportunity for a sprained ankle, an MCL or meniscus tear. Here I'm doing it without weight. Or if you don't have an acute injury, you might just get a little, soreness or whatever. Or you just leak efficiency and you aren't very fast or effective in game. So for any kind of motion, fundamental motion that I find myself doing in game, and for any athletes I work with, I really recommend doing that motion and trying to make it more difficult. Going barefoot is one of the main ways that I do it, and then adding weight. So what you see here, really simple exercise, just working on cutting footwork with 60-pound weights on soft ground barefoot. But it's really tough, and this will get you cutting hard and safely in game. It's for basketball players, but really applies to any kind of sport. But that's energy efficient basketball.